Hi guys, this is JP from FSiPanel. In this video, I will show you how to position your Aerosoft CRJ 550, 700, 900 or 1000 with FSiPanel new procedures. For that, you need the WASM module. This module will be installed the very first time the aircraft is detected if it's not already done by FSiPanel. Please remember to restart your simulator after the module installation, otherwise it is not going to work. And before I forgot, please subscribe to the channel. That will help me making more and more video for you. So now we are in Geneva on runway 22 with our CRJ 900 in that example, and I will show you all the steps required to fly an approach with the new procedure. So before we had to do quite a lot of things, and now I will show you what to do. The first thing to do is to select your training weight. So for that you can use your EFB, and we can set the weight of the aircraft from there. Here you have the possibility to enter the weight that you would like for your training. So if we want more passengers, a little bit of cargo, and we have everything as we need, then we just need to set the payload in the simulator. Let's see how much fuel we have here. We have a max zero fuel weight of 32,092. Right now we have 29.2. That's good, and the fuel, I'm happy with that for the training, so that then I can just click set the payload in simulator. That's basically the only thing we need to do now with the new procedure, and I will now launch FSiPanel. So let's see what happened. Alright, FSiPanel has been started. Geneva is detected runway 22 and we are on the Aerosoft CRJ 900. So for the first positioning we will try a left-hand vector, and we will click on move aircraft. So let's see what happens when I click move aircraft. You will get the window here, my control, setting your MCP and flaps, please stand by. So there you have nothing to do. You can see that your altitude window now will be set to 3,700 feet automatically by FSiPanel. The nav source has been set for VOR lock as we are going to fly an ILS approach, and now we are ready to go. So what you have to do, please make sure your flight directors are on. So just make sure you have a flight director on. That's the case now, and when ready, increase the thrust above 50% N1. That will trigger the start of the positioning. Alright, so let's go. Move the thrust lever forward around there, and then it starts. And from there you just have to watch the show, don't touch anything. You will see the aircraft going down to 3,700 feet in vertical speed. The gear is going up as we are on a vector. And don't forget that you have manual thrust on that aircraft, so make sure you adjust your thrust levers to stay within the speed that you would like to fly. Once we reach 3,700 feet, we have ALS captured. And the ILS, as you can see, has been tuned for us in the MCDU page, so we are almost ready to fly.
Geneva Tower Delta Alpha Charlie November Mike.
So once the aircraft gets in 3,700 feet and we have ALS captured, FSiPanel will sense that everything is ready and we will be ready to take over the control. So let's have a look at that. Now you see hold your brake for 3 seconds to take control, so I will do that just now. And FSiPanel will give me now the control, and the only thing I have to do is arm the approach. As you can see, we are on a nice intercept heading, ready to intercept our ILS 23 in Geneva. Alright, let's go back on the ground and we will try a short final. Okay, here we are back in Geneva on runway 22, and we are back with an aircraft in default position, default setup, engines running, and the weight. This time I will just keep it as it is because I'm just showing you the product. What is nice to see is what will be our landing speed. We can see that VRF is around 139 knots, so the approach will be around 144 if the wind is within limit 10 knots. So let's go ahead now and try a long final. So as you can see now, we have still the nav source in FMS on both sides, and the lights are not set, so we will start FSiPanel and we will go for a short final. Let's go for it. FSiPanel is starting, and one more thing I want to show you. If you go to your setup orders, you find here one setting for the CRJ, now the after landing flow. For that, you need to retract one notch of flaps. So let's see that as well after our landing. So Geneva, runway 22, Aerosoft, we click on short final, move aircraft. Now setting flaps and MCP, so we should see 3,700 feet being set here. The heading bug will come later on, and the speed as well. So this is what FSiPanel is doing just now for us. So now it's 2,400 on short final, VOR 1 course, and please stand by. We are ready to go. Make sure your flight directors are on. That's as well very important. So click on flight director, make sure they are displayed on your PFD, and we move the thrust lever above 50% and want to start. Let's go. And there, as always, do not touch anything. Even if the aircraft, as you see, is pitching up, pitching down, do not touch anything. FSiPanel is doing the job for you. The only thing I do is acknowledge ATC, so she's happy. And now you can see your runway right in front. We are going down to 2,400 feet, which is the altitude to intercept the glide slope. The only thing you could do there, if you see that the vertical speed is only 0.8 and you'd like a little bit more, you could increase, if required, your vertical speed to go faster to 2,400. It is not really required. As you can see now in real time, I am reaching my altitude and I lost my speed. Be careful on that aircraft. You have no auto thrust, so make sure you maintain your speed. Right, so now that we are ready, we are getting the message, hold your brake for 3 seconds to take control. Before I take the control, something I can do here is to set my speed. So you see the landing speed, set all, and now we've got the speed set in the system. Right, so we are ready for the approach. I will hold my brake for 3 seconds. And I will get the control of the aircraft. Click approach. And as you can see, localizer has been captured. The glide slope is armed, the runway is in front, and the glide slope will be captured just now, as we can see. Now the glide slope should be captured. Here it is, glide slope captured, missed approach altitude to be set, and let's say we have been cleared to 4,000 feet in case of missed approach. And as you can see, FSiPanel has set all the lights as required. We have the reverse armed, seat belt and smoking side armed. So basically now everything is set for you. So we'll go for the landing and I will show you the after landing flow. So let's go ahead and do that landing. Alright, just about to land.
50, 40,
Starting my flare.
20, 10.
And here we go. Adding some reverses. And we will vacate to the left, and I will show you now the after landing flow. So for that to be available, make sure your ground speed is at or below 30 knots. So basically you are vacating the runway. And then FSiPanel will concentrate on the after landing flow, exactly like your first officer will do. So then you are able to taxi your aircraft to the gate without losing any visual cue on the traffic or on your taxi route. So let's see, now we are ready. So to show you properly what's happening, I will just stop here and let's have a quick look. So the only thing I have to do to trigger that is to retract one notch of flaps. So right now you can see my flaps are at 45. So I will just retract one notch of flaps. And from there, FSiPanel is, as you can see, doing the job. It will even start your APU, retract the flaps, and do everything as per the FCOM for you to taxi your planes. So we will just wait and see that everything is happening correctly. So normally we should even have the APU starting. Slat and flap should be moving up. And you can see that the APU is starting. That's as per the FCOM, very nice. So now the APU is on the way. The lights have been set. You can see that the landing lights are off, taxi lights on. Then we have the strobe light has been turned off. The APU has been turned on. And that's it. So everything seems to be done as per the FCOM. So this is it, guys. I hope you enjoyed that video. You can see now the flaps moving up as well. And you are clear to taxi your airplane. So that's a way to have the after landing flow done by FSiPanel. You can turn off that feature if you want to do it by yourself. Just untick in FSiPanel the option, and then you will do it by yourself. So let's have a look quickly at the landing report. We just arrived there, and you can see that the landing was not too bad on the center line with a nice landing rate. So everything is good. I'm very happy with that approach and that landing, and this aircraft now is even easier to fly with that new procedures. I hope you enjoyed that video, guys. If you have any question or comment, please drop it below, and as always, stay safe. Thank you. Bye bye.